ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So today we are going to do a review of the 53 TP Marisco. I can't even pronounce it. We'll just say 53 TP. I already took it out for a match. You guys will see the first match I had in it. You're going to get a good chuckle because retarded me had a tiger pea in front of me and I was shooting at the hull, which is so thick it's not even funny, and not shooting at the turret, which could have penned it very easily with standard rounds. So I ended up shooting it with a couple premium rounds. That was just a brain fart on my part. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but yeah, the turret on the Tiger P can go through like cheese. The hull, on the other hand, is 203, 215 something. It's really thick. And stupid me, I was shooting at the hull. It's just habit, because where you normally aim at a tank, lower plate. He did have it angled a little bit, but yeah, anyways, so it'll give you guys a good laugh. But anyways, so let's go over this mean machine. Reminds me a lot so far of the IS-6, except for without the pike nose, which can definitely be a good thing. The lower plate is not very easy to hit. It's not non-existent, but it is not easy to hit. You can see it's rounded. Yeah, and that lower plate is just really not much there to hit for a lower plate. But so let's start with the gun and we'll work our way through. So you get a tier 9 gun on this bad boy. Same gun that's on the 50 TP prototype. Same, I wonder if it's the same exact gun. 122 WZ 4350. WZ53. So different nomenclature for the identifier for the gun, but same pen. 218, 245. 218 for your standard, 245 for your APCR premium, which is awesome, and 61 for HE, which is actually not bad. 61 is pretty good. It's not super high, but it isn't 35 or 40. So yeah, 61, you'll do a little bit more damage because you'll penetrate a little bit further. 420 average damage on this, very nice for your standard and your premium, and 550 for your HE. Average damage per minute with my setup is 1984. What a good year too. Stock dispersion is 0.38. Aim time is 2.7. So yeah, long aim time and not very good dispersion stock. I do have Brothers in Arms in this, and I did use it off my 50 TP prototype. And now we will go over some other good stuff here. So, my rate of fire is 5.6 rounds a minute. My reload is 10.72. It's kind of a long reload, but the payoff for 420 average damage, very nice. Turret reverse is 32, and hull traverse is 34.13. So you can still be circle strafe, but not as easy as, like a super heavy. -8 gun depression and plus 20. So pretty darn good. You can work ridge lines, and the turret on this is, yeah, we'll go over that in just a minute. Aim time still kind of sucks at 2.53, and I did go with vertical stabilizers. That way it already keeps it 20% shrunk in, so when you come to a stop, it doesn't have 20 more percent to shrink in. It's already 20% shrunk in, and then it kicks in. I was contemplating, because I believe on the IS-3, or yeah, I think it's the IS-3, I do have both gun lane drive and vertical stabilizers, and I was thinking about doing it on this, but I've seen a video just recently, and on my IS-6 or IS-3, I might actually take the gun lane drive off that one and just leave it with vertical stabs, because it's come to find out two combined really doesn't make, I guess, it's not worth the bang for the buck when you purchase that stuff at 600,000 credits or whatever it is. It's just not going to make that much of a huge difference, if any, whereas you're better off just having the vertical stabs. If you can put vertical stabs on anything, put it on there. You're better off. Unless it's like a T95 that moves, 2 kilometers an hour, so the bloom never gets really that big. It's already almost all the way shrunk in. Then you would want the gun lane drive, because it's already shrunk down pretty much as far as it's going to go, because you're going so slow, and then as soon as you come to a stop, shrinks in. Dispersion is a little bit better at 0.36. I really wanted to put vents on this, but I wanted the view range out there so I could actually see beyond the tip of the gun. Yeah, the stock wasn't superb. Average damage per minute is 2352. You have 1450 hit points. And now we'll go over the armor. So the hull in the front is 110, which is not really too bad, especially if you get it angled. They're not going to be able to go through you like Swiss cheese. I did not look at it with Armor Inspector, but I imagine that gun right there, machine gun, port is going to be probably a weak spot. And on the turret, 210. So the turret's got really good frontal armor, but it's got a commander's hatch that sticks up right there. So if you're sitting still, they're going to be able to go right through that. I don't know with these little dimples like this one and this one. I think it's actually a lot like the prototype. Yeah, it is a lot like the 50 TP prototype with those same dimples. You definitely don't want the stock turret on there because it looks just like that, a big square in the front. But with those little dimples, I don't know if that makes those a weak spot there. And like right in, it's hard to really kind of pinpoint it, like right here. And like right here, straight on. I don't know. It'll be if you have to take into a test room with my son there and have him shoot the snot out of it and find out. So on the sides, you have 80 hull armor on the hull and 140 on the turret. So, like you'll see in the replay, I did do some side scraping and it worked out wonderful. Wonderful. Hull armor in the rear is 50 and 90 on the turret. So, if you get shot in the butt, well, if they shoot you with HE, it's probably going to do a little more damage. But, it's got some pretty good angles back there. And I bet you these two road wheels are probably, I imagine those are counted as spaced armor. But, yeah, I don't know. Can't really tell. I really got to take in the Armor Inspector and find out if this has got spaced armor on the sides like the IS-3 does. It really, really, really reminds me of the IS-3 a lot, except for without the pike nose. Weight is 60 tons. Mine is set up at 57.82. So obviously you can ram into stuff, but just don't go into ramming into some Mosses or Type 5 heavies because you are going to come out of there with your tail between your legs. I do not have the big motor on this, so these numbers will change because right now this is a 750 horsepower motor. Specific power to weight really isn't too bad for having a smaller motor, which is 12.97. Top speed forward is 40 and reverse is 16, and I don't know if when I get that top engine if those numbers will change a whole lot. Oh wow, it goes up, well, only 50 horsepower. Where are we at here? 20. Oh, at least your chance of getting caught on fire goes down 5%. So yeah, your forward speed and reverse. I don't know if the speed probably won't change. I wouldn't imagine, but your specific power to weight will go up. So some of these numbers, like your traverse speed and stuff, will change a little bit. Concealment is 8.33. Setting still. I got my view range using the coated optics to 421, which is pretty darn good. And signal range is 664. So, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some gameplay for you and some post-game stats. And this is, like I said, the very first match I had in it. So, if you want to hold on, I will be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in the 53 TP on Glacier. I kind of like the looks of this new setup, how they got the timer counting down. Tells you what mission you're doing currently, and you can press that N key and it brings up the exact what you need to do for that mission. And it tells you, oh yeah, it shows down here what tank you're working for, which I'm working for the Object 260. I did think it's a little bit weird. The new missions, you are restricted to a tier 6 through 10, and it has to be, I believe it's a Russian tank and a Japanese tank are the only ones you can use to do all 1 through 15 missions. I don't have this tank fully upgraded. 99.9% of the time I will not take a tank out unless it is fully upgraded, but all I needed left on this was the engine. Everything else, oh, and the radio. Kind of big whoop-de-doo on the radio. I was kind of surprised somebody at the beginning of the match here said don't go north, it's a death trap. Now, every time I played a heavy, I go this way, or a tank destroyer, or a tank destroyer, basically, let me rephrase that, if it's got a turret. I didn't get a chance to really check out the new changes on the map, but I think this right here, they can actually get shots off, at the base now. It used to be, if I remember right, that you had to go try and get shots off of this up here, the carrier. Now there's a rock there, and they've got a section cut out here and a section cut out here where they can get shots off at you. And they made some other changes to this map. One change they ought to do is make it so you can't go drown yourself over here. I've done it on accident, my Type 5 Heavy. I didn't know that that was like, it looks like regular ice, and then I come around the corner and went bloop in my Type 5 Heavy right into the water. But anyway, so I'm going to go over here. We've got standard rounds loaded. I do make a mistake. There is a Tiger P over here, and this has got 215, is it pen? 218 standard round pen. And if I would have been using my grape, I would have been shooting at the turret of the Tiger P, and stupid me, I made the mistake, and I was shooting at his hull, which the hull on the Tiger P is like 200 and some, I think 203, 200 and whatever millimeters thick. And then I pull out there like a moron. So the first round goes through perfect, and what I was when he wasn't lit, I thought it was going to be easy cheesy to pull around here and get a shot at this guy up here. That's why I was aiming up there. Little announced to me, he was not lit up, the Tiger P, until I came around the corner, and then he lit and put a round right through. I don't have my mods on here. I can't tell where he hit me. I imagine it was somewhere, probably over here. That's why I like my mod on here, my paintball mod, so I can see exactly where the rounds hit and go through and don't go through and all that other good stuff. So anyways, I hit him for a nice chunk of a 261, and he hit me for 216. So what I am going to do now is use this piece of the I don't know, broken boat or whatever, and use it to side scrape. Again, we have just standard rounds loaded, and I was going to attempt to go through him, and like I said, stupid me, aim right for the lower hull. That one actually went high. It looked like it actually hit him in the turret, but this thing has got definitely good enough armor to side scrape. That one there, he actually did pen me there. See, I wonder where he would have penned me. I don't like not having my mod pack on here, because you can never really tell, especially with my Christmas tree camo, where he hit me. I might be a little a little over angled, and that could have been why he went through me. I should have actually been straight on. That would have kept it more of a 45. Yeah, I can't tell where he's penetrating me. It is with standard rounds. 203, I think, is the standard round penetration on that. Either that or 203 is the frontal armor. I can't remember what the frontal armor is on that. But we hit him with a standard round and bounce twice, and he just knocks my track off again. So we wait for the track to get fixed, pull out, and this time we're using a premium round. And a premium round still had a 50-50 chance. It was orange, but obviously that's because I'm shooting him in the hull like a moron. I can't believe I was doing that. That's just plain stupid on my part. M44 hits me for 172. Tiger P hits me and bounces. We finish off the Tiger P, and then somebody up here finishes off that medium tank that I thought was going to cause some problems for us. And then I see this FCM 50T, so we're going to pull out here. Almost shoot the idiot in the IS that wants to keep rolling right in front of me. He got damn lucky I didn't shoot him, because I don't know what he's thinking. If I can shoot from where I was while he was pulling out like he did, I should have waited for that to aim in a little bit quicker. I did not, and he penned me for 225. I did pen him for 457. It was an awesome roll. But I'm not going to sit here and play pokey with him, so I decided to come around this way and try and flank. Well, I didn't see that T-25 up there, but he was getting shots at our Eagle 7 and down by our E8 and stuff. But I decided to come down the right side and try and either get a shot at that Skoda, which somebody takes him out in a second, and go work on this IS and the T-3485. So somebody just finished him off. I take a peek up there, and at this angle, more likely he would pen me coming around here. But artillery hits me, and oh no, actually, I'm sorry, that was the IS shooting HE. He actually hit for 200. Wow. Where did he hit me? Oh, lower plate. I'm really surprised that that did 200, even though he hit it in the lower plate. That's still, interesting. That's quite a high chunk for an IS, because the HE shell on that, I think, has 55 penetration. I can't remember. But anyways, so yeah, I thought it was artillery that actually hit me when he actually shot me with an HE shell. So T-3485, he's kind of busy, so we roll around the corner and shoot him in the pooper, and I get stunned by artillery. This has got to be a replay bug. I just used a premium repair, first aid kit, and it's still showing that I've got crew stunned. I think that's just a replay bug. I saw a couple days ago I was doing a replay, and I'd been hit the same thing. Repaired fixed the crew up with the first aid kit, premium, and I specifically remember in that match almost my whole crew was knocked out. So I remember specifically using it. It brought them all back, good to go. Well, in the replay, it was still showing the same thing. Actually, it showed that the last two were lit up and the gunner was not lit up. But I knew for a fact that I had repaired that crew, so that's when I figured out it has to be a replay bug. So this is not the fully upgraded engine, and it's actually tooling right along. So I'm a little excited about getting the big engine in this. I thought I was going to be able to hit that Crusader up there, but yeah, with the penetration on, or excuse me, not the penetration, the dispersion on this, it's not very good. And I was typing GG, and I'm like, I'm lit, and I'm still not looking right to my left. I'm like, oh, Jeff, you idiot. But we're able to get a shot off on him and finish him off. So, total, we got 3 kills and 2641 in damage and blocked 480. I like it a lot. It reminds me of the IS-3, and I'll like it a lot more once I get the fully upgraded engine on this. But, yeah, for future reference, when you have a Tiger P in front of you, make sure you shoot the turret, not the hull. Yeah, because I would have penetrated his turret probably easy cheesy, whereas his hull is a lot thicker. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for you, so I will be right back. Alrighty, and as promised, I always like to show you my very first match, and this is in the new 53 TP Tier 8. I've got enough to get the Tier 9 and 10 once I convert it. Yeah, I've got 352,450, and after all said and done, I'll have enough to completely upgrade the Tier 9 and get the Tier 10. But got to do that on payday. So I'll have to settle for the Tier 8. I've still got to upgrade, I believe, the motor and the radio on this. Let's take a peek at it. Yeah, so I've got to do the big motor, which the motor on here right now isn't actually too shabby, to be honest with you. I've had better, but I've also had worse. But anyways, oh, I'm like, why didn't I get the experience for that? I forget, if you don't have stuff fully upgraded, it automatically puts it towards it, so we only need 23,144 more to go on that. But yeah, this is a lot like the IS-3, except for without the pike nose. When I was shooting the Tiger P, I'm kind of an idiot sometimes, and I own a Tiger P. I know to shoot at the turret, that's the weak spot, and where was I shooting? But the hull. I'm like, why the hell am I not penetrating this guy? I'm like, oh, after I killed him, I'm like, you stupid ass. So I hit him with a premium round. It was the first shot I took, I think. It was a premium round. Went to standard rounds. Actually, I might have shot all standard rounds at first. I had to switch over to premium to go through his hull because I kept shooting at his hull like a moron instead of his turret. The hull in the Tiger P is like 203, I think it is. Might be thicker than that. Really thick, and the turret is the weak spot on that. Here, I was shooting it right in the hull. Duh. So, anyways, so I switched over to premium, went through his hull. Everything else, I'm pretty sure I shot was standard. But that was a Master Badge Class 3, Fire for Effect, and a Hand of God. Obviously, I did like 2,000 some odd damage, and that was a Master Badge 3, so that's telling me, well, it's about 7:15 in the afternoon. I just was able to get on. So a lot of people probably have been playing this thing, and it is pretty damn good. The gun is fully upgraded, but well, I'll do this part, and actually we'll put it in some sort of idiotic order, you know, like the actual review of the tank, and then how about a replay, and then we'll do this part. So, but anyways. 50 FCM 50T weed him for, geez, I'm criminy. What is this gun hit for? 420. Wow, that was still a nice roll there. Hit him for 457. Kapowie. The IS, we hit him for 425. Knocked out his driver. Tiger P, we hit him 3 times for 1,084. Finished him off. Knocked out his observation device and bounced 3 of his rounds for 480. I did side scrape off that boat. Right off the bat, somebody said, don't go north up by the ship. It's a death trap. I've always gone up that way with my heavies. If I'm in a medium or a light, I usually go up into the trees. I've never... I mean, if you play it right, artillery really can't hit you because the boat, you use that to block artillery shells. Once I got pushed after I knocked out the IS and started pushing, then I was in an area where artillery could obviously drop rounds on my head because they were. But yeah, I don't know why somebody would say not to go up there, to be honest with you. The T-3485M, we hit him 1 time for 395, finished him off in the FB304. Hit him 1 time for 280 and finished him off. He was to the left of me at the very end, and I heard a beep, and I'm looking at my mini-map, and I'm like, what the hell? And I looked to my left on the screen, I saw him. Yeah, I was like in duh land. I was actually typing GG. Good job. When I lit him, I'm like, oh shit. But I still had enough hit points to even take a hit from him in the side. We did second most damage with 2,641. We got 3 kills and a base experience of 799. I don't think anybody... oh, yeah, and we were top tier, which really was nice. It's got the same penetration, if I remember right, as the 50 TP prototype. 218, 245. 218, 245. So I got to get my mod on there, so when I switch it over to this guy, it'll take it back to there. Because you can return since it's a premium tank. But yeah, so that's telling me when you are in a tier 9 and 10 battle and you are not top tier, you probably might have to sling several, especially if you're bottom tier in a tier 10 match. 218 is going to struggle to go through tier 10s, and 245 is better, but not a whole lot better, but it is APCR, which is nice. I went with a gun rammer, gun lane drive, vertical stabilizers. And the aim time on this is kind of a little bit long. And I've got brothers in arms in this crew. I took it out of my 50 TP prototype and put it in the 53 TP. That stands for toilet paper. I know it does. But anyway, so we had 11 shots, 9 hits, 7 pen. The ones that bounced were... into the Tiger P. Total damage 2641. We got hit 9 times, 5 pen, 4 bounced, and we got hit for some splash damage. Total armor blocked by armor was 480. For non-penetrating, it was hitting my track and knocking my track off mainly because I think I blocked really 1 round with the armor. Otherwise, it's a great side scraper. Just looking at something. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see where we at. Damage 5, destroyed 3. We did lose 27,980 credits because I used 2 of the consumables. I had to use my repair kit and first aid kit, and the ammunition wasn't too bad, considering I only shot, I think, 3 premium rounds, so ammo wasn't bad. It was the consumables that killed me there. But when you get into tier 8s, 9s, and 10s, I really don't care about credits. I would way prefer to have the premium stuff, just for the fact that you're not picking, oh, your engine, you got knocked out, both your tracks are disabled, your turret's not working, your gun's knocked out, and you're going, oh, what do I fix? Nah, screw that. I just click it and fix it all. Same with the repair kit. Already hit you, knocks out your whole crew except for maybe your gunner, let's say. At least you can repair everything. It's a little more expensive, obviously, but in my mind, for the competitive part of it, it's well worth it, because it'll keep you in the fight, and it can definitely help if you have multiple big parts like your gun, turret, ammo rack, all these big parts and your fuel tanks. Let's say your fuel tank and your ammo rack gets hit and knocked out. So what do you fix? The fuel tank so you don't get caught on fire, or the ammo rack so they don't pop your top? That's why I like this one, because it fixes everything. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this match and the review of the new 53 TP. The tier 9 and 10 will be in a few days to follow. Like I said, I just got to get paid so I can transfer my free, which is not free, XP, so I can get the tier 9 and 10. I also did get the tier 5. It looks like quite the little... I don't have it even close to fully upgraded. It's got the little pew-pew gun. I just a cute little gun. Pew-pew-pew. But yeah, again, I gotta wait till I get some cash in my World of Tanks account so I can do a crew, because I'm not going to take it out with a 50 or a 75% crew, and I'm not taking it out with this gun or turret or anything. Yeah, I can probably get most of it upgraded before I get paid here in a couple days anyways. But yeah, it just looks... I don't even think... Yeah, see, I can't even put the turret on until I get the tracks on. Yeah, what do I need for experience for that? Oh, 1742. So, yeah, so I got that one. It just looks like just a badass tank. For a tier 5, which I don't normally play tier 5s too much, but when I do, it'll be nice to have something that's decent. -8 gun depression. It's got good, this is like beyond stock. This is stock, beyond stock, to the 3rd power stock. It's literally, I just bought it and did nothing to it. No crew, no upgrades, nothing. But -8 gun depression, turret traverse is 41.72, hull traverse is almost 40, and that'll be above 40 once I get a good crew in it. Aim time is 1.92 without a gun lane drive, nothing. Dispersion is 0.35 without anything, and average damage is 1910 with the little pew-pew gun. It'll bump up to probably 500 hit points once you get the bigger turret on there. And obviously the turret armor goes up, and we can actually take a look at that, because it's a 45 rate now with the stock. Yeah, the big one, the upgraded one, bumps you up to 80 in the front, 50 on the side, 45 in the rear. So you'll have a pretty good turret to get hauled down in. And we'll bump that tier 6 gun on that tier 5. And, wow, 135 pen, 175 pen for your premium, 135 average damage. Nice. That is really nice for a tier 5. It looks like it boogies right along, too. What do we got here? Stock. Whoop, that's a radio. How about we go over the engine? 450 horsepower to 500. So it bumps you up 50 horsepower. And what's the speed on this thing? Oh, wow. 56. Wow, that's nice. And 20 in reverse. Even better. Concealment's, look at that, 13.22 with no crew, nothing, so that's really nice. View range is going to be pretty, I'll have that set up so it's a lot more than 320. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about getting this one set up and try and take that out. Whoops. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review and replay. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. I'll have the 9 and 10 here in a few days, probably do the 5 and get the 6 and 7 and all those, and get a review of all those for you. Oh, you like my Christmas tree camo? That was that Christmas one. I didn't have any extra gold for camo, so I just threw this one on there. But yeah, you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield. Alrighty, so here we are in Miravanka in the 53 toilet paper tank. Whenever I get this map, if I'm in a heavy or a tank destroyer that's got a turret, I will go to the west side of the map over here. I think they changed this around a little bit. This hill seems different. And it just, maybe I haven't just had this map in a while, but to me it seems like this hill is definitely different the way it's set up. But anyways, so, turn this down so I can hear myself talk. So anyways, I saw our 45 TP, which is another heavy, heading over that way. And then I looked and I'm like, oh, it's G. More than likely he's going to go over there and just chai snipe. And that's probably what he's going to do until I realized there was basically no one going over there. Either that or I kept clicking on him and pointing over here. You can see me click on him and then over here saying, I need your help over here. You know, it'd be nice to have heavies over here. And then he turned around and started coming this way. So I don't know if it was because of me clicking on that or if he realized that if he goes over here and if they push hard on that side, he's going to just get butt raped. But he did come this way, which was, I'll give him credit. It was nice of him because normally G is out to help G. They're not out for team stats, team helping, team anything. They're out for themselves, and themselves. But yeah, so it was nice of him to come over this way and actually help me. Which he actually does help me because here he comes. I actually want to see what that little 45 TP looks like because I haven't got that one. That's supposed to got a pretty good gun on it. I guess the armor's not all that in a bag of chips, but hell, 1,200 hit points. But we hit the AMX M449 Le Beauté, hit him in the side. And I shoot all standard rounds on this. Aim for that commander's hatch. He's just going to sit there and give me the shot there, so I'm going to take it. So the KV-2 doesn't even hit me. I actually pulled forward a little bit. He actually hit, I was back here a little bit further, but he actually hit right here and actually splashed me for 170 damage. Gotta love the KV-2. But I wanted that AMX M4 gone because that's our big, you know, the problem on their team, you know, the problem for our team is going to be him because he's got the armor, he's got the bigger gun. So the E25 hit me. Oh, yeah, hit me right in the side. I noticed one thing, and this is just a pointer for if you're trying to kill this. I got hit in the last match right in front of this little toolbox. Like right where that shovel is, and it knocked my ammo rack out. So I'm thinking that might be a good spot to shoot this if you're trying to knock one out. Or at least trying to knock the ammo rack out, hit it again, pop its top. But if you hit it, and then he fixes it, then you gotta hit it again. So I get hit by Artie for 290, and that was a direct raid on. Ouch. KV-2 was nice enough to stick his head out there and let me shoot it. Hit him for 414. I love the gun on this thing. I was hoping to get the shot at artillery there. Somebody finishes off KV-2. I'm wondering what got our guy from G knocked out, because I know artillery was over here and there's some tank destroyers, and all of a sudden he was like disappeared. But our crew is stunned. That was just a stupid ass crappy shot on my part. I should have never pulled the trigger. So our 45 TP is still in the game. I actually didn't lose that many hit points. He must have really got wailed on by something, because yeah, all of a sudden he was like gone, because I thought he'd be coming, you know, I was hoping somebody'd come this way with me. But oh yeah, sorry, this is World of Tanks. It's a 15-player multiplayer team on your side that don't help. I mean, look at this. I'm sorry. I'm in a heavy tank, and yeah, I am top tier. I do have better armor, but our scouts and our mediums, I think our scout's already dead, but our mediums, look at this medium, STRV, he's still, where in the hell is he even at? I mean, sitting way back there. All our mediums, I mean, cracks me up. You know, they'll sit back there and watch you just get butt raped and get hit by artillery, and they won't move to frickin' help you, and then you get just knock. That's why a lot of times I'm finding you're just better off doing what they're doing. Sit back there, let some idiot push forward, and just sit back there and watch them get their ass killed, and don't do anything to help them. Because that's pretty much what was just kept happening in this match. Actually, the other match I had was a little bit better. Just about to shoot this guy, and he pulls down. I'm like, God bless America. E25 hits me in the side, bounces. And so I know to keep my front kind of pointing that way, because, that's where your armor is. Take a shot, killed the dirt. E25, oh, they are shooting me with gold. At least one of the E25s, well, a couple of the E25s were shooting me with gold. So we're able to hit him, take him out. So one less gold slinging shiznit to take out. Already hits me again, and I saw exactly where he is, and I love those little pointers to give you an idea. I probably could have just kind of aimed in that direction and pulled the trigger, but I would much rather light him up and make sure that I knock the shit out of him. And there he is, and bow, 383. So the gun does what, 420 average damage? I can't do it while it's paused. Oh, come on. Alright, yeah, 420 average damage. I hit artillery for 383. Just enough to give him another shot. You know, what the hell? Fucking bullshit. That cracks me up so much. I mean, literally, I've been hitting for almost 500 a lot of times with this gun. 450s, 470s, 490s. I mean, getting really good damage, damaging hits. I hit artillery and do a 383. How? I mean, how? 383, I gotta look and see what the, 383, yeah, I gotta look and see what the lowest amount of damage that gun can do. I couldn't believe it. And then, of course, he's able to get another shot at me. I mean, yeah, he only hit me for 101 damage, but it's like, I left him with 7 hit points. 7 freaking hit points. Tell me that that's not somehow set up bullshit. Because there's just no flipping way that, I'm hitting these other tanks for 450, 430, 450, 470 consistently. I shoot an artillery and hit him for a whopping 383. I'm like, are you freaking shitting me? Just enough to give him another shot on my side. And what I was doing here was on purpose. I'm trying to pull in front of the KV2, which I don't think he knew this, so that if they pulled through and started shooting at him, and that's why I keep lining myself up with them, is if they pull out and start shooting, they're going to hit me versus him, since he's carrying all the cap points. But we end up winning that match by capping him out. I didn't feel like going hunting after the Panther, and the Rudy, which more than likely they're probably, still hidden over there somewhere. But I just wanted to get a win and get it over with, just to go so I can get this video done, actually. But yeah, so what I was doing here, and I don't think the KV2 really realized it. He probably thought, what an asshole, why is he trying to block my shots? I wasn't doing that to block his shots. I was doing that because he held all the cap points, because he got on the cap first. So what I was doing is pulling in front of him like this. That way, if the Rudy or the Panther pulled over here and started taking shots, they're going to hit me, who was on cap, I believe, second, maybe third. I think I was second. And we're going to lose a little bit of cap points, but not a huge amount. Whereas if they hit him, if we're at 90%, it's going to drop down to like 30% or 20%. If they hit me and we're at 90%, it might drop to 80%, because he holds all the cap points. And I was trying to, get in front of him like that to block anybody hitting him. I don't think he really realized that, because he kept kind of backing up. I'm like, hold still, dude. But anyways, we ended up capping it out and winning anyways. But yeah, if you're top tier in this thing, awesome tank, just a beast. The problem I find, I'm going by the gun. It's the same gun that's basically on the Tier 8 Premium 50 TP. Same pen. It's got a little bit different as in the just the gun handling. But you go from 208, or excuse me, 218. I think 218 pen standard. Yeah. And your premium, you bump up to 245. So not a huge bump up. And with the 50 TP, the premium, I've been having a lot of issues with tier 10s not being able to pen them with premium rounds through the front. I mean, I'll bounce, 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 bounce. I'm like, holy crap. Even and with the way the guns handle on all tanks now, even if your dispersion is 0.24, 25, it's still really, really, really hard to hit weak spots at a distance. Like, if I'm shooting at a weak spot at the KV-2 from here, not a problem. I mean, bang, got a gun port right there. You got commander's hatches, so on and so forth. But even at, let's say, that tank destroyer back there, at that distance, he's at, 58 meters? Maybe a little bit further away. Trying to find something that's on here. Well, I can't even see the E25. But, like, yeah, the E25. From there, you ain't hitting a weak spot. The Poodle, where was he at? Even at 63 meters, I mean, you're going to have a heck of a time, even with really good accuracy on these tanks, hitting a weak spot right where you need to hit it because of what they did with the accuracy on these all tanks, every tank in the game. So, if you're not right on, close up or right on the money, more than likely you're going to have a hell of a time penetrating like an E100 Moss, even in the weak spots like the license plate on the Moss, or just think of a weak spot on, for instance, the Tortoise. The only weak spot it really has is, I can't see it on this other tank. Yeah. This machine gun port on the Tortoise. Now, this isn't the Tortoise, obviously, but it has the same machine gun port. You have to hit it basically dead on, dead center of that where those machine guns pop out in order to penetrate that. If you hit it to the left or right, you're not gonna. And if it were, let's say, even setting back here right on the white line of our cap, at that distance from me to him, even with, let's say, 0.25 accuracy, yeah, good luck hitting that. It's just really hard. So I guess the point I'm trying to make here is only going from 218 to 245 penetration. If you are bottom tier, stay in the back. Just support your 9s and 10s. Take shots of opportunity. Don't be a hero, because you're going to be back in your garage dead really quick and probably not having a whole lot of damage done, because the penetration on these, well, at least this one, and the 50 TP, 245 is just, it's right on that border of a 50-50 penetrating tier 8s and 9s. So, yeah, tier 10s in the front, yeah, it probably ain't going to happen. But, yeah, so if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post-game stats for this match, too. So, healer down, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so, match number 2, we ended up, it was pretty much almost a verbatim as the previous match. We were top tier. MX M449 Liberté. As long as you know where to shoot that thing, you'll pen it no problem. It's that commander's hatch. If he would have been wiggling and shaking, it would have made it a lot harder, and I probably would have missed the last shot, but he just kind of sat there. So, 1,031 damage on him, finished him off. Bounced 2 of his rounds for 600 damage. If you can keep the front of this, basically, other than when artillery kept hammering the snot out of me, pointing towards your enemies, a lot of times your smaller tier or less penetrating rounds are going to bounce off you like crazy. Like these E25s and the 1375, they're all shooting the crap out of me, just bouncing, because I don't think they were using premium rounds. I'll have to pay a little bit better attention during the actual replay, because obviously this part I have to do first. But artillery was just pounding the snot out of me, which gets real irritating. But and it's nice now that you can, well, it's been in effect for a while now, where you can kind of get an idea where they're shooting from, because that Lorraine 155-51 just pounding the crap out of me. But I had a basic idea where he was, but he wasn't lit, and I wasn't going to take a blind shot because of the lengthy load time on this. But I was able to get down there and knock the crap out of him. And we actually knocked his gun out, which helped. I think that is why he wasn't able to get a second shot on me. But we hit him 2 times, finished him off for 390, knocked out his gun, originally spotted him. Hit an E25 for 204, finished him off, bounced one of his rounds for 135, and damage upon a spotting him was 312. Bounced 4 rounds from another E25 for... That's weird. Must have been just knocking my track off, because it says damage blocked my armor is 135. I kept getting my tracks knocked off quite a bit. 1375 bounced 2 of his rounds, and again, it must have been 1 bounced and 1 was a track shot. And he got hit for 114 upon me spotting. And the KV2, we hit him for, why don't we look at the right number here, 414, knocked out his loader. Originally spotted him, and he got hit for 68 upon his spotting. Yeah, our scouts, well, I guess I'm a scout in a heavy tank, but top tier, you can push like that. That's the thing with this tank, is if you are top tier, you can really take advantage of that and push, and you're going to have some pretty good results. But if you're bottom tier, the gun 245 for the premium rounds, like this match, standard rounds all the way. Didn't even load a premium. But your premium round, when you, let's say, get in a tier 10 match, you are going to have some trouble, because 245 just doesn't really want to punch through tier 10s too very well. So, yeah. But that was a Master Badge 3rd class, a duelist, fire for effect, and we got a steel wall. Excuse me. Oh, pooped out. But since, like, what time did I get up this morning? 3? And it's 9:10, so long day. We got a bond out of the deal too, and 6,473 experience. So 5x? No, it's just a 2. Wow. We got the most damage at 2,039, 3 kills, and base experience of 822. We had 9 shots, 7 hit, 7 pen, 2,039 damage. We got hit 12 times, 3 pen, 9 bounced. We got hit a whole bunch. It says 3 for splash damage, but I think I got hit more than that. And we bounced 1,005 in damage with our armor. Spotted 2, damage 4, destroyed 3, 494 with our assistance. And we got 24 base capture points. And we lost 21,728 again, due to the fact that I used, where are we at here? Oh, duh, right on the same page. The consumables, 40,000 consumables. But like I said, I don't really care about the credits. I just want, and when I was getting hit by artillery like that, and it was knocking out multiple things on my tank, yeah, I'm definitely glad I had the big consumables. It might cost you 20,000 a pop, but it is so well worth it. If I didn't have that, I'd have been limping around with busted everything. So the ammo was only 13,000, and I shot all standard rounds. So, you know, it does make a big loss when you have to use those. But really, like I said, I don't care about the credits. It's just annoying that, you know, Artie just sits there and just pounds on you, keeps pounding on you. It's like, shoot somebody else, for gosh sakes. But anyways, yeah, so this was match number 2, and yeah, I guess this will actually be the end of the replay. Give you one, shit. Give you one more, yawn for the road. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the replays. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. I'll probably try and get a tier 10 video out with this if I ever get one, but I gotta hit the sack once I get this part done. So unfortunately, well, I mean, good for me, not good for you guys, that all I had was time for 2 matches, but both of them ended up being me as top tier. So yeah, like I said, good for me, bad for you, because you didn't really get to see how it could do against tier 10s. So anyways, you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.